Yo, let me just start by saying that I am a vibe curator. That is what I do. I bring the energy. I bring the fun. If life is a movie, I'm the guy adding the bass drop to the soundtrack. So, when I matched with Charlotte, I was stoked. She was a 10. Actually, she was an 11. Blonde, athletic, had that I take Pilates seriously look. We matched on Bumble, and I thought, okay, Deacon, my man, do not fumble this bag. Plan a date that shows her you are adventurous, outdoorsy, and physically capable. I suggested kayaking at Lake Union. It's classic. The sun was out, the water was glass, it was literally the perfect setup for romance. Or, you know, a really sick Instagram story. We get to the rental place, and I'm feeling good. I'm wearing my neon tank top, sun's out, guns out, obviously. Charlotte shows up looking cute, but prepared. Like, overly prepared. She's applying sunscreen with the intensity of a drywall contractor. She put on enough SPF 50 to coat a small yacht. And she was wearing these socks with tiny little pink bows on them inside her water shoes. Who wears bows to a water sport? Whatever. I let it slide. We get out on the water, and honestly, I thought we were crushing it. I was paddling, she was paddling, the city skyline was glittering. But I sensed she was a little tight-wound. You know the type? Just stiff. Shoulders up to her ears. So, being the gentleman that I am, I decided to break the tension. I reached into the water, grabbed a massive handful of slimy green seaweed, slapped it onto my face like a swamp monster, and roared at her. She didn't laugh. She looked at me like I was a serial killer. After the date, I texted her, asterisk had a blast. You're a mermaid. Asterisk. No reply. 3 days later, asterisk yo, you alive? Asterisk. Nothing. I figured it was the seaweed. I thought, okay, maybe the swamp monster bit was too avant-garde for a first date, so I called up the morning zoo radio show to help me clear the air. I wanted to tell her, baby, I'm not a monster, I'm just a comedian. They get Charlotte on the line. I'm ready to apologize for the vegetation incident. The host asks her, Charlotte, Deacon seems like a fun guy. Why the ghosting? And Charlotte just goes off. It wasn't the seaweed, she says. It was the fact that I was on a date with a 30-year-old frat boy. I'm listening in the holding room, and I'm like, asterisk excuse me? Frat boy? I haven't been in a frat since 2016. That is ancient history, asterisk. She continues, from the minute we got in the kayak, it was just non-stop bro, look at this, bro, watch this. He called me bro 4 times in the first 10 minutes. It's a term of endearment. I shouted into the phone. It's gender neutral. And then, she says, sounding genuinely traumatized, we are in the middle of a lake. Deep water. And he pulls out a flask of tequila and a bag of gummies. They were electrolytes. I lied. They were definitely not electrolytes. I was trying to hydrate us. It's a party vessel, Charlotte. I told you on the dock that I am not a strong swimmer, she says. I was terrified. I was clutching the side of the kayak, trying not to tip over, and you're there trying to do body shots off a paddle and yelling at me to take the edge off. You were stressed. I argued. You needed to loosen up. You were vibrating with anxiety. I was providing a public service. Deacon, she snapped. You tried to sword fight a duck. Okay. Let's address the duck. There was a mallard. He was looking at me sideways. He had an attitude. I gently asterisk, waved my paddle at him to establish dominance. It wasn't a sword fight, it was a boundary setting. He started it. I defended myself. That duck was aggressive. And honestly, Charlotte, you were no fun. You were criticizing my hair. You said I looked like I was hit by a tornado. Your hair was a mess, she said. And the socks? You made fun of my socks? They had bows on them, Charlotte. We are engaging in nautical activities. Bows are not hydrodynamic. I was looking out for your aerodynamics. The hosts were losing it. I realized I was digging a hole deeper than the lake. I needed to pivot. I looked at her picture on my phone again. God, she was hot. Look, I said, softening my voice. Charlotte. Baby. I take it back. The socks were cute. You are gorgeous. I just wanted us to have a good time. I'm sorry I partied too hard. Let me make it up to you. Dinner. On land. No water. No ducks. Just me, you, and some solid ground. No, she said. Hard pass. I am not looking for a project. And I am definitely not looking for Lake Rager Part 2. I want a man, Deacon. Not a guy who packs party favors for a Tuesday afternoon. I was crushed. But I couldn't let the listeners think I was defeated. I had to go out on top. I had to stay on brand. Fine, I said, leaning into the mic. Your loss, Charlotte. You could have ridden the wave. But since you're out, I guess the deep train is leaving the station without you. Choo-choo, bro. I hung up. Okay, in hindsight, the deep train might have been the wrong closer. But you know what? Some people just can't handle the lifestyle. I'm gonna go find a girl who appreciates a good seaweed impression and knows how to handle her tequila on the open seas. Peace out.